There you go, and the crowd goes wild. Good evening, New Mexico. I'm Zach Rael. We now know who the Lobos men's basketball team will face off in the NCAA tournament. We have some team coverage for you as both Monica Longroño and Devin J. Martin were at the pit when that announcement came down. Monica, Devin, looked like a lot of fun out there.
Zach, the pit was just electric. Hundreds of people came out to cheer on the Lobos to see where they were going for the tournament.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of suspense. What would March Madness be without some suspense about where New Mexico would be placed? Now, we know the team is going to Cleveland as the 10th seed to face the Marquette Golden Eagles this Friday.
We know the fans were excited, but Devin, I saw you were seated right next to the players. How were they feeling throughout this?
Honestly, Monica, they looked pretty good and pretty happy and pretty relieved, and obviously the fans did themselves as well, because they were so happy to see them be selected so early on to the show. A lot of the discussion before the actual selection show was about how long will we have to wait to hear the Lobos name be announced. But it's an hour-long show, and it took about 20 minutes before we saw who the Lobos would be playing, which obviously would be Marquette. And if anything, the players themselves looked really excited to finally play for a chance at a national title. It's been a really long season with some ups and a lot of ups, a little bit of downs, and now they're finally at the point of the season where they've been really looking forward to all year. All year they've been talking about getting to the NCAA tournament, and now they're here.
Yeah, and we had a good feeling that they were going to make it. And all the fans I spoke to, despite that loss last week with Boise State, they're still looking to the future. They're ready to cheer on the Lobos no matter what.
Yeah, I know they're feeling pretty good about it.
Go Lobos! At the pit, there's no shortage of fans, especially when it comes to the University of New Mexico Lobos.
I've been a Lobos fan my entire life.
I used to come with my mom and my dad to the basketball games back in the 80s.
She's been coming here since she was a baby.
Hundreds of fans came out on Selection Sunday to see where the Lobo men's basketball team would end up in the NCAA tournament.
Now to the 7-10 matchup in Cleveland. We have Marquette. Shaka Smart's team is the 7th seed, and they will face the New Mexico Lobos.
Coming after Friday's tough loss against Boise State.
It was kind of grim.
That's just the way it is, and it's March, it's madness.
The NCAA tournament is just the right pick-me-up.
It would have been nice to bring the hardware back from Vegas, but I'm always proud of the Lobos, and they fought hard.
It should give them some drive to at least win one game in the NCAA tournament.
I think that this will be our year, the first year that we make the Sweet 16.
While everyone found out the matchup Sunday, some fans were planning the trip long before.
Every year, everybody calls me wanting me to do another bus trip, so here we are again. We just got back from Vegas.
When he heard Cleveland, Bobby Aragon was already thinking of different routes in his head.
We're looking about a 23-hour drive. We might have to make a stop, sleep overnight in a city nearby, and then continue.
Now, Aragon is still working on the details, but he said he'll post updates online. Just search Lobo Bus Trip on Facebook. And Devin, speaking of details, there's still a lot to unpack here.
Cool. Yeah, you're right about that, Monica. We got to talk about the matchup. So in about 15 minutes, we'll have a full breakdown of what you can expect from the Marquette Golden Eagles and obviously the Lobos in this round of 64 matchup in the NCAA tournament, including thoughts from Coach Pitino himself.
All right, Devin, Monica, we love to see it. We're going to be cheering on the Lobos from here. We appreciate you.